Welcome, everyone. We are so excited for this special CFC celebration honoring our unsung heroes in connection with Public Service Recognition Week. My name is Jen Howard. I am the Vice President and Outreach Chief Operating Officer for MP-MAY, your OPM contracted outreach coordinator. We cover 21 of the 35 CFC zones across the country. We have got an incredible program for you today. And to tell you all about it, I'd like to introduce to you our distinguished MC and dear friend to our federal community, Mr. Bob Evans. Mr. Bob Evans is the local television news anchor for Fox News at 9, Fox 13 News at 9 in Salt Lake City. I know that your microphones are muted or hopefully being muted, but please join me in welcoming Bob with clapping hands, emojis, hearts, whatever your heart desires. Bob, we are so grateful for you. Thank you for being here to honor our federal employees.
Jen, it is my honor. Thank you so much for letting me be with you. I love CFC. We've been doing this for 150 years now, and every year it just gets better and better and better. And it is so good to be with you, our public servants who serve and protect and defend our nation, our country on a daily basis. You are indeed the unsung heroes of the nation. And really, that's why we are here today, to take you from being unsung to actually singing your praises. And we're not going to be actually singing, but because we want you to stay on the meeting for as long as we're going to do this. But we are going to figuratively sing your praises today. I wish we had time to talk about all the amazing things that you do in your day jobs. You keep the water and the air clean, and you inspect our food and agriculture products to ensure they're safe, and you protect our natural resources and animals, the environment. You shield us against the enemies of freedom, foreign and domestic. And you do all of that and so much, much more. And you don't seek recognition for it because that's simply how you see yourselves, servants of the public. And as if that weren't enough, you public servants do something more, something extraordinary. You take on additional non-paid volunteer service that enables you and your colleagues to give even more by promoting the combined federal campaign. The CFC has been operating for 64 years now. And during that time, you and hundreds of thousands of others like you have raised literally billions and billions of dollars for nonprofit organizations. More than $8.7 billion, to be exact. Last year alone, you raised $68 million for 4,333 nonprofits. Now that is remarkable, absolutely remarkable. And so thank you, thank you, thank you. Now we recognize that you have limited time before you have to get back to work. So we don't have time, sadly, to read everybody's name, but let me tell you about the various awards and the things done to earn them while you see the names come by on the screen. We'll start with the local CFC Superhero Awards. Local CFC Superheroes are the volunteers who were nominated by someone at their agency for going above and beyond the normal course of duty to make their local CFC drive a success. In many cases, they overcame personal or institutional challenges. And in all cases, they brought excess energy, creativity, and passion to their campaigns. Their nominations were read and considered by members of the Local Federal Coordinating Committee, or LFCC, in each zone. And the winners were selected based not only on results, but also their effort, enthusiasm, and creativity. This list of winners is rolling by on the screen now. Just please join me in the chat with your comments of congratulations, your heart, and clapping emojis and express your feelings in the way that we do in this forum, this new forum since COVID. Now, look at that. There's the Texas Gulf Coast CFC, and you've been watching these names go by. Texas has a number of CFC regions. Next, we have our first ever Local Leadership Award. Now, the Local CFC Leadership Award recognizes individuals whose lifetime leadership and contributions have helped to drive the success of the CFC at their agency over many years. And this year, we're proud to recognize Cindy Starnes from the Mike Monroney Aeronautical Center in Oklahoma and the North Texas CFC. Cindy is in Oklahoma, and we want to thank her for all she has done. She has been selected as the recipient of this award due to her support. There she is right there. Her support of the CFC throughout her entire federal career. She's been a driving force behind the CFC, organizing creative fundraisers and volunteer events that have raised thousands of dollars and supported countless causes from hunger relief to military care packages. Her energy and leadership and deep commitment to service have inspired widespread participation and made a lasting impact on her community and colleagues. So, Cindy, thank you for all you have done. It is such an honor to get to honor you. Now, coming next will be the National CFC Heroes and Innovators. These are local CFC superheroes who were submitted to OPM's National CFC Heroes Award program. Their award nominations were evaluated by a committee of federal employee volunteers, and the very best of the best were selected and honored as National CFC Heroes for their amazing creativity and results. From the FDA's National Center for Toxicological Research, congratulations to Vikrant Vijay and Denny Skiles. From the Anniston Army Depot, congratulations to Shante Hudson. From the VA Southwest Louisiana Healthcare System, congratulations to Alan James, Allison Ossoff, Dion Davis, and Dominique Gaines. From Naval Air Station Pensacola, the winners are Lieutenant Commander Brian Buckley and Chief Petty Officer Hunter Rayberg. From the Department of Energy, National Energy Technology Lab, Teresa Rogers. Congratulations to you. From the Central Arkansas VA Healthcare System, Danielle Frost and Vivian Thiel and their CFC team. We are grateful to all of you. From Maxwell Air Force Base, Major Kirsten Flores. Congratulations to all of you. Thank you for all you have done to make your CFC campaigns locally such a huge success. Next, the National Innovator Award. These awards are given to CFC zones that implemented new concepts, new ideas, or new marketing methods, things that have never been tried before, but which made a tremendous difference in this year's campaign. Here are the winners. From Redstone Arsenal, Captain Christopher Lee. There he is right there, a handsome man. And from the IRS Memphis campus, congratulations to Manisha Seacrest. Thank you, Manisha. And congratulations to all our national innovators. Now, forgive me, I want to get a little bit personal here for just a second. There is so much that happens, so much that we give to charity out of the kindness and generosity, and we don't always see the result of our donations. I mean, rarely do we get to pet the puppies or kittens, and we seldom get to hug the people who survived a house fire or a natural disaster. I mean, we aren't physically there to pull them out of whatever deep, dark hole that life has dropped them into, but as donors, that's why, as donors, we are, in a sense, commissioners. Uh, Now, a commissioner is someone with the authority to send out servants on their behalf to get a job done. In fact, we're kind of like Commissioner Gordon. We send out that bat signal, in this case, the CFC logo, with our donations, and the charities respond like our own personal Batman sent into the night to rescue people from darkness, danger, and despair. But we're often far away from where the action is really going on, and we don't get to see what happens on the other side until today, because you see, today, you're looking at someone who has been the beneficiary of your kindness and generosity, and not just me, but every single member of my family has been the beneficiary of the kindness that you express in the donations and in the campaigns that you carry out each year. It was in, I think, 2001, maybe 2002, when our little son, we have 18 children in our family. And before you fall off your chairs and gape open your mouths, that is true. One wife, 18 children, 7 of them were adopted at birth. So we have quite the household. In, I think it was 2001, maybe 2002, when it was Christmas Eve, doing some last minute Christmas shopping at Target. And our little son, Paul, who was born with Vater association, he had his radius was shortened in his left arm and had a floating thumb, and he had some other issues. But other than that, he was perfectly healthy. He had kind of a deep cough, and so we got him some medicine. We'd gone to the doctor, and we gave him the medicine. And as we were headed out the door to go last minute Christmas shopping, he had been asleep for several hours. And we thought, well, we'll pick him up. He's gotten enough sleep. We'll take him with us, and he'll wake up. Well, I put him in his car seat. It was very cold outside. And he didn't wake up, and we thought, well, okay, well, get a little more shut eye, and that's great. He'll get better, with that. We got to the store, got him out. It's freezing cold. He didn't wake up again. I put him in the cart, rolled him into the store. We did our shopping, and came back out. He still had not waken up. He was sound asleep, and we could not wake him up. I thought, well, for sure now, he'll wake up on the way home. Well, he didn't wake up. He didn't wake up. We got home, called the answering service at our pediatrician. They said, yeah, the doctor will get back to you in about 30 minutes. And I said, I'm not waiting 30. I didn't say this to the answering service. I told Diane, I said, we're not waiting 30 minutes. They don't call me back in 10. We're headed up to the hospital. We have a children's hospital in Salt Lake here that is one of the best in the country, and has been a recipient of CFC funds over the years. And what a wonderful thing. There it is right there. That's Primary Children's Hospital. Shouldn't have said that word, but forgive me, Bruce. Sue me. Anyway. So sure enough, 10 minutes came. We didn't hear back from the doctor. I said, we're out of here. And we piled him into the car, still sound asleep. We drove the 45 minutes up to the hospital, got there in about 35. Please don't tell the police or the Utah Highway Patrol. And got him in there, and they started doing tests on him. They did everything they could do. They did a spinal tap, they did blood tests, they did all kinds of things, and he still had not woken up. They admitted him, and because they didn't have enough beds down where they were, they admitted him and put him up in the pediatric ICU, and his room was directly across the hallway from the nurse's station, and there was a big monitor that the nurse, it was a 1-on-1 ratio, and the nurse sat there and watched his vital signs all through the night. This is Christmas Eve, mind you. Christmas Eve. And so we knew we were going to be there for the rest of the night, and that Santa was going to have to tap dance a little bit in the morning. But sure enough, Diane got comfortable on the chair and the bed there, the parents' bed. I just leaned over Paul's bed and just slept that way. 8:15 in the morning, I woke up to these two doctors walking into the room. Paul was still asleep and had slept through the whole night. And these two doctors walked in, and I said, "Who are you guys?" "Well, I'm Dr. So-and-so, and I'm the head of pediatric, of the pediatric ICU here. And this is my chief lieutenant." This is at 8:15 on Christmas morning. I said, "We've got the A-team here?" I said, "What are you guys doing here? Why aren't you with your family?" "Well, it was just our shift. It's our turn to do it." And I tell you what, I mean, that floored me. That absolutely floored me. That the head of the pediatric ICU was at his post doing rounds with his chief lieutenant on Christmas morning at 8:15. He wasn't home with his family. He was serving my family. He was serving me. He was serving our son, Paul. I learned more about leadership in that moment than I had ever learned before or since. It is the heart of a servant, the true heart of a servant, that makes all the difference. We talk about American exceptionalism. We talk about that. Every now and then we get to see it embodied. John Maxwell wrote a book called 360 Leadership. And in that book, the whole book is about how, even though you don't have a title like chief of pediatric ICU at a children's hospital, even if you don't have that kind of title, you can lead everyone around you by employing those kinds of principles. First, being where you're supposed to be and leading with a servant's heart. That makes all the difference, and that's what separates us from everyone else in the world. That right there. And so, to round out this story, Paul, shortly after the doctors walked in, woke up. And here he is sitting up in his bed, little toddler Paul, I think he was 2 or 3, and he was hungry and he wanted some breakfast. And to this day, we're not quite sure why he didn't wake up. He slept through a spinal tap. He slept through getting poked. He slept through all of that stuff. And now here he is, our little Paul, who has become, now he's the father of going to be 3 little babies. He and his dear wife, there she is, Lauren, and their youngest. And Lauren is expecting again. And had it not been for that servant's heart, our son Paul might not even be here. And our granddaughter, little Lennon, and our sweet, sweet grandchildren that are yet to come through their family. And so, my dear friends, we don't get to see the other side often of our efforts. But I am here to tell you that it happens day after day after day after day after day, many, many times a day, because of what you do. This is the result. This is the result. So I can't thank you enough for all that you do, because at the end of the row, there's nothing but joy and happiness for those who receive your generosity and the generosity of hundreds of thousands of others just like you. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for all that you have done to bless our family. Now, got to get back on track here. Forgive me for getting a little personal, but let me catch up to where we are. Okay. Now, before we wrap up today, we have one final award we want to talk about, the National CFC Leadership Award. This award is determined by the Office of Personnel Management, OPM, and recognizes individuals whose lifetime leadership and contributions have helped to drive the success of the CFC over many, many years. And this year, we are proud to say that we have our very own Terry Morgan from the Heart of the Midlands CFC. He's been selected as the recipient of the National Leadership Award. Terry was selected for his outstanding leadership, voluntary service to CFC and beyond for more than 16 years now. Throughout this time, he has been a cornerstone of CFC. You can see some of his many roles listed on the screen there. Please join me in thanking Terry for his past, present, and future leadership and volunteer service to the CFC locally and nationally. And we've asked Terry, in fact, if he wouldn't mind coming on and saying just a few words. Terry, are you there?
I am, Bob. Thank you. Can everybody hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
So I was going to talk about all the bullet statements that you saw on the slides and everything, and I'm not going to do that. I greatly appreciate the honor of being selected. In fact, when Keith Willingham called me and said, "Hey, we need to chat about something," I thought it was about continuing on the Heart of the Midlands LFCC as a retired member, and it wasn't. He actually let me know that I'd been selected for this award, and I told him I greatly appreciate it. However, this is not something that I earned by myself. Through these years and all the opportunities and everything that you see listed on there, it was not done by myself. It was done with a fantastic team of federal employees that I worked with on the LFCC, and the key workers and the campaign managers with the Heart of the Midlands. Transitioning from the old way to the new way, that transition in 2016, 2017. It's also the outreach coordinators, the office of the CFC, and everybody that I've encountered with my involvement in the CFC. It's their efforts that helped me be able to do what I did. So even though I was the one that was selected, I wouldn't have been able to do it without everybody that's helped me over the years. So I would like to thank them. And without them and without the people that we have on this award ceremony that were recognized earlier for the different awards, and those that didn't get recognized or didn't get submitted, without their efforts at the lowest level in the offices running those campaigns, the CFC wouldn't be successful. And we're going to need that type of dedication even more than ever in the next few years to continue on with CFC. I am a retired federal employee now. Well, it'll be official in September. But I plan on staying on with the Heart of Midlands LFCC and some of these other working committees as a retired member, focusing on that group of retirees. And there are some, I noticed some names of the attendants that there are some retirees that are going to continue on too. And I just look forward to what the future holds for the CFC. And if anybody needs any suggestions or help or questions, feel free to reach out to me. You won't be reaching out from GSA anymore. You'll actually have to go through me at the University of Nebraska Omaha campus. So I decided to go to academia and work with small businesses that want to get government contracts. So I'm on the other side, but I'm having a blast. I had a blast working with everybody, and I just want to say thanks again for the recognition, but thanks for all those that helped me get this.
Well, Terry, thank you again. And as you go off to continue to serve, we salute you and thank you. I mean, did everybody notice? I mean, Terry's not going to just sit in a chair. He's going to go out and continue to serve. And so, I mean, that is what we're talking about, the heart of a servant. And you know, the wisest of words say that the greatest among us should be our servant. And so, Terry, thank you for all you have done, and all the best to you as you continue to serve those around you. Well, now this brings us to the end of today's program, and feel free to sign off at any time. But for those of you who have a few extra minutes, we invite you to stick around as we roll out the names of individuals and federal agencies who've received recognition in 2 more award categories. Again, we don't have time to read everybody's name, but we invite you to share emojis or comments in the chat to congratulate those who have won these awards. First is the All for One Award, which recognizes the federal agencies that achieve the highest CFC participation rate among employees from their office. Then we also have the Over the Top Award, which recognizes any federal agency that managed to raise more money in 2024 than the previous year. And so congratulations to all of these winners. Now, again, as we wrap up, I am so flattered and so honored to get to be part of these celebrations and recognize you, our dear federal employees, who have been through an awful lot and will continue to go through an awful lot as the current events roll out. Please know that we are deeply in your debt, that we as American citizens salute you as the unsung heroes, the foot soldiers, literally, who keep this nation rolling forward in the best possible way. We are indebted to you. We are grateful to you. We love you and appreciate all that you do. Will you please go back to your workplaces knowing from the bottom of your heart that we are grateful from the bottom of our hearts for all you do and for the service that you continue to render regardless of the circumstances, and that you continue to render for the benefit of not just our nation, but indeed the entire world. So thank you. Have a great federal workday, and we will see you again next year.
Well, thank you guys. Thank each of you for joining us today. And as said countless times in the chat, may you today, this week, and always know that you are appreciated, needed, loved, and cherished, not just by us at the CFC or the countless charities that you've supported through your volunteerism, but by all of us in your federal family. Have a great rest of your day and week. Bye, guys.